Welcome to the garden and welcome back to the weekly word. Gathering some tomatoes here. It's amazing the amount of fruit that 9 tomato plants can bear. Wouldn't it be great if everybody who named the name of Christ bared fruits like our garden do? We just take with one little seed that's seemingly lifeless and put it in the ground, let God do his work, and then we get a bountiful harvest. And each plant bears much fruit if it's cultivated right. Yes, we could pick a banana pepper or two. Maybe one of these over here. Here's a big one. I'll tell you a secret. Nothing makes a windy single as good as one of those banana peppers does. I go through the drive-thru and eat in the parking lot with my banana pepper, and it really makes that Wendy's meal once a week for me. Over here we've got plum grannies coming on. Lots of green ones. It's about time for a ripe one. Never found anything to do with them except to put them in the house and let them smell. They smell really well. And on down here we'll take a look at the pumpkins. We got jack-o'-lanterns coming on too here in August. They're looking kind of thirsty and hot. This heat's been miserable, hasn't it? Looks like they're begging for a rain. I don't see any pumpkins yet. We just got lots and lots of blooms. But they're supposed to turn into those orange jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, and should be harvest time around the last part of September. They're doing all right so far, I guess. Oh, here's more plum grannies coming up down there. There's one starting to turn. He got in here accidentally, volunteer, I guess. He may have been volunteer, but you know why the pumpkins are here? It's because that's where I put them at back in the spring. That's where I planted them. And the reason the tomatoes are here is because that's where I put the tomatoes. And the reason the other plum grannies are up there and the peppers is that's exactly where I planted them at. And that's a biblical principle, isn't it? That you will reap what you sow. You're only going to reap what you sow. And I hope you're sowing good things, because that's going to come back to you. If you treat people unkind, then that unkindness is just going to come back to you. But if you treat people kind and loving, then that'll come back to you too. Sometimes it don't seem to. You try to be as nice as you can and people are mean to you, but you know, Jesus said this about it. He said, this is the golden rule. He said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And it's easy to do unto others as they do unto you. You know, that's the flesh. We want to treat people the way that they treat us. But Jesus said, Christians are above that. It's hard to practice your Christianity. It's easy to practice your flesh. But he said, instead of treating them the way they treat you, he said, treat them the way that you want them to treat you. And that doesn't really depend on them. You just always treat other people the way that you want them to treat you. And that's just because the Lord said that. And that's what it means when we say Jesus is Lord, that we're going to do what he says. That's what the Lordship of Christ is all about. And remember, the Bible also teaches us that you will reap what you sow. So sow all the love and kindness and do all the good you can in this world, because this life's short. Well, it's getting to be about harvest time, and that means it ain't long after that, and it's going to get the fall, my best time of the year. And we'll be able to get back out in the woods and enjoy things out in nature again. This is nature too, though, right here in the front door, the garden. See you next week on the Weekly Word. Here's another ripe one.